This is day 3 in Danang, Vietnam, and we went to see the famous Golden Bridge, and I personally hated it. But before we get into why, I'm going to show you my breakfast, and I'm having pho as I do every single morning. And after I got my daily dose of pho, we headed to Bana Hills. And it was such a long ride, so I tried my best to have a conversation with my driver, and this is how it went. You take many tourists to Bana Hills.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was very nice. He was actually a driver that took us to our dinner last night. And I think this is very common in Vietnam, but I used an app called Grab, which is like in Southeast Asian version of Uber. And after you get on the Grab, they try to ask you where you're going the next day so that they can take you to the place where you're going and you can get a discount and they also don't have to pay Grab. So it's like a win-win situation. The only downside of that is that you have to pay cash. And also if you do get into trouble with your driver, you are at a disadvantage because it's not your home country. Fortunately, our driver was a very nice guy, but I personally don't recommend you doing that. Anyways, after we got there, he took us to the ticket counter. He even got on the bus and I was like, why is he being so nice? I think he knew someone who works there and he and that guy would get commission if he brings customers, which is totally fine because we didn't get scammed or anything. The price is already on the website. And I had absolutely no idea that this place is like a Vietnamese version of Disneyland. Like this place is in the middle of the mountains and there's this like legit ticket counter. The staff is dressed in like really nice clothes. They're like waving at you every time you pass by them. Honestly, this was not what I expected. And the main reason why we were here because they have this thing called the Alpine coaster. It's like a manual roller coaster that you go through the mountains and there's a brake on it so you can go as fast as you want and you can even hit the brakes if you wanted to go slower. We honestly just came for that and we didn't really care about the Golden Bridge and everything. But unfortunately, the Alpine coaster was closed today. I did check the website before we came, but it didn't say it on the website. So we were devastated, but we were like, okay, let's try to have as much fun as we can here since we paid like a fortune to get in. And we all have to get on this world's longest cable car ride, which was like 20 minutes long. And let me just say that I made the mistake of watching Final Destination when I was young. So I was extremely uncomfortable throughout the whole ride. I don't know about you, but I have major trust issues, so I had a really hard time trusting this single cable that was responsible for all our lives. But the other people who were on the cable car didn't seem to think so. They were having the time of their lives. They were laughing, they were talking. Anyways, we made it alive, and honestly, we had absolutely no idea where to go, so we just followed the crowd. This is probably the time when we found out that the Alpine coaster was not in service, so we were just like, what the hell are we gonna do here, right? And even though we weren't really interested, since we're here, we were like, okay, let's go see the Golden Bridge, because apparently it's pretty nice and it's on some people's bucket list. So we had no idea which way was the Golden Bridge, so we just followed everyone, and we got onto this little train thing. It was playing this really weird music, and it took us somewhere, and that somewhere wasn't the Golden Bridge, so we had to do a lot of walking around and asking people. This was absolutely not it, and it was like this French garden place, and I was already done at this point because there were so many people. It really felt like Disneyland, and the only ride that I really wanted to go on was closed. So after a while we did get to the Golden Bridge and it was packed. So if you are interested in this, I highly suggest that you go very early in the morning or very late at night. And seeing the Golden Bridge wasn't really in our plan, so we came at the worst timing. Anyways, we were all like, let's get the fuck out of here. And I found out that there were some indoor rides for the kids, so I was like, I'm gonna take you guys there. And that was a whole other adventure to find that place. This place is freaking massive and there's not a lot of staff that speak English, so it was very hard to navigate around this place, but we managed to get on another cable car and it took us further up the mountain, and all I could think of was like, how long is going to be the ride down? Anyways, I don't really like to say negative things on my vlogs, but if you are the kind of person who don't like big establishments that cater to like really big crowds, and if you don't like big amusement parks and you want to do something more hands-on, this is not the place for you, and I don't recommend it for people like me. Anyways, we were looking for this place that has indoor rides for like 20 minutes. We had to find this elevator that has absolutely no signs. We didn't even know which button to press, but we managed to get there. This was absolutely the highlight for my kids. All of the rides were very well managed and they were really serious about like the safety protocols, and that was very good. The lines weren't really long, and most of these rides are free, obviously, but of course some of them cost money. This one definitely did. So this is the weirdest game ever. This is not even a game. So depending on the price you pay, you get to scoop a certain amount of ducks, like rubber ducks. And there's a number written on the bottom of the duck, and you add it up. And according to the number, you win a certain doll. So the lady told us that you will definitely win something. It's just a matter of the size of the doll. And as I predicted, we won the smallest size. But they were cute. My son gave me this actually. And then we somehow ended up at Jurassic Park. I think the one word that can best describe this place is random. This place is the most random ass place that I've ever been to. By the way, if you're actually gonna go after seeing this vlog, which makes me a little bit worried, but if you are, don't get the lunch combo. I don't really have a lot of time left on this vlog to explain, but just trust me and go back to your place or wherever and eat lunch elsewhere. Anyways, we got back on the cable car, we survived. And also, if you are afraid of heights, just don't come, okay? It's not gonna be fun for you. Anyways, we got back to our hotel and my boys participated in this water gun fight that the hotel was providing. Again, we stayed at the Hyatt and I highly recommend this hotel if you have small kids. They have so many activities. They're very kid friendly. Highly recommend. And then for dinner, I saw everyone getting ready for this like outside barbecue party kind of situation. So I ran to the staff and got us some seats and it was amazing. The food was amazing. The music was great. We had a great time. And this is the end of our third day in Danang. I have many more vlogs coming up from Tokyo and I'll be in Hawaii in the summer. So stay tuned for more. Bye!